So Derek also semi-retired when he decides he wants to be retired. Sometimes not retired. When I actually tell him about bright ideas that I have.
He's always trying to get me to come back to work.
Yeah. But he also is deeply involved in politics. Deeply involved.
Yeah.
People, the radical left in Monument loves you. They are your best buddy, aren't they?
Yeah, my name comes up at every school board meeting all the time, even when I don't know that it's coming up.
And you have a school board meeting coming up.
Well, we have an election coming up, and we have a radical freak leftist. She's Antifa, BLM. She is against charter schools. She takes kids to drag. No, she doesn't take them. She is part of the Parasol Patrol. Those are the freaks with the umbrellas and all the rainbows that are guiding these kids in. They're 12-year-old boys that dress as girls, dance on stage while adults throw dollar bills at them. And I sent Austin some of the pictures.
Hey,
if you want to put them up.
Do we have these pictures we can put up real quick? So this is the person in a highly conservative environment where parents are deeply involved that is grooming children into drag shows. I get that right?
Here's what they did. Once this was exposed, Jordan Scott from First Amendment Media, he got video. He has video inside, video outside, and he exposed all of this. And I held on to the tapes because what's the point of slamming her unless she's trying to further bad things?
Right.
Well, as soon as she ran for the school board, I called up Jordan, I got the tapes, I got everything, and we've been exposing it all. Because this kind of behavior doesn't belong. That right there, go back to the last one, that is the flyer for the drag show that she was there to assist kids going into the show. They have 12-year-old boys that dress up as girls and dance on stage, and and this is what they said when they were caught. They came out and she said, well, this is how I'm supporting parental rights. This is what the parents wanted, and since I support parental rights, I was supporting the parents helping their kids go into this drag show.
Do you believe that?
Of course not. These people are demons. They have an LGBTQ trans agenda. They want to indoctrinate kids into their agenda as young as they possibly can. That's what the thing is. The state of Colorado is so evil that they've made conversion therapy against the law. They've made it the law that when you're 12 and above, if you go to a psychiatrist and you say you're an opposite gender, they must affirm it. It's against the law to convert you out of that thought. And at the same time, they passed a bill that they have to include LGBTQ plus whatever into four-year-old preschool curriculum. So they've made it against the law to counsel you away from it and made it the law that you have to introduce it in preschool.
Why are these people still breathing?
I don't have any idea because, listen.
I'm going to say it. You're grooming children.
Yes.
You're promoting pedophilia. You have, and I talked about this a couple days ago, you have an entire porn industry that the synagogue of Satan, this group of people, and I say this because, I have Jewish roots, I have Jewish friends that are real Jews. In other words, they're God-fearing, good people, right? But let's be honest. The synagogue of Satan, these Jewish people that call themselves rabbis, own Pornhub, OnlyFans, all that degrades our society. They're responsible for and run every one of the LGBTQ environments. They run all the nonprofits. They're part of the Lawyers Guild that basically props this stuff up and fights to put this smut inside of all of our schools. We have a serious problem.
Well, you have to think about this for a minute. 30 years ago, we didn't have people the age of 20 years old confused about their gender. Now, something like 30% of all kids in college are confused about their gender.
Yeah.
Well, we don't have very many 50-year-olds confused about their gender.
No.
Why do you suppose that is? The reason is because they've been doing this for the last few decades in the schools and for young people. And when young people are in the impressionable age and they start fighting with their parents in their teens, anybody who brings them over to their side and says, oh, don't listen to your parents, listen to me, they're very easily convinced that there are things that they aren't. And they say that it's not happening. They're liars.
It's happening every day.
Every day.
In a massive amount. You can see it in the numbers. So I just asked you a question again. Why are these people still walking around?
Well, I'm working on a invention, and I'm hoping to get a patent for it, where you can have a portable gallows that you put on the ball of your truck, your F-150.
I told you Derek is just on fire. I set him up for this, by the way.
Because we're going to need so many of these gallows to take care of so many of these bad people. We need to market it worldwide.
Is it going to be like a George Jetson briefcase? Just throw it down.
It pops right out.
Just goes right around their neck.
Yes.
Stretches them out just a little bit.
Yes. We're going to need a far drop with a short rope.
I mean, I don't know how you do that. I mean, I guess you could just use buildings.
But the back of the pickup truck is really good because at a moment's notice, you can pop it up.
He's kidding. Kind of.
Kind of.
At the end of the day, we want prosperity for our children.
Yes.
And as we talk about people, gay, straight, it doesn't really matter to me, right? And I don't think it matters to anyone. It's a hard life. I mean, living a gay lifestyle it's hard.
The knife was